3-run home run! Kerry Carpenter!
They give it to Jameer. Big hole. There he goes down to the 20-yard line. Angling to the 15. Gone, baby. 5. End zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Cade to the basket. Hooks on the run. He hits it. Pistons are back up.
Pass over the line. Here's Kane on a change. He scores! He caught the Flyers changing. Patrick Kane with a shot inside the left goal post.
It's Williams in motion. Low snap. Melrose stopped! Michigan makes a stand and comes up with a milestone playoff victory.
Sports Kid Podcast. And here is your host, the Sports Kid.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I am the Sports Kid, and this is my dad, and we're here to bring you the latest on Detroit sports and more.
That is right. Thank you for tuning in. It is Monday, September 29th, episode number 36. And we are happy to be in the podcast studio tonight.
Yes.
Special guest joining us.
Oh, they already know.
They might already know. Do you want to say who this special guest is? He's a local chess champion, actually.
Well, how about you do your podcast update, and then we'll say in the...
Okay. Yeah, Emery will. We don't want to get too far ahead of it. So we are live in the studio. We are watching Monday Night Football. There's actually 2 games going on.
Yeah.
Which is...
Why do they have 2 games? Like, Monday Night Football is meant to be like a special, like...
They're watering it down. I don't get it. I really don't understand why they are like competing against themselves now. But right now we got the Dolphins on.
The other game is 8:15.
I thought it was 8.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep,
We're going to
8.
turn this one on. Bengals and Broncos, probably better game.
Yeah, than the 2 0-3 teams.
Yeah, garbage. So, yeah, we are live in the studio, episode 36. My mother is tuning in. Hi, thanks for tuning in. And updates. What updates do we have? We've got, I want you to announce, we've got a special show this week.
Yes.
Wednesday night. Do you want to announce it? Go ahead and announce that now.
So, how would you put it? So, like, we're going to be, like, doing a, like, separate podcast, kind of.
It's a special episode.
And I'm going to be, like, interviewing, I guess. I know what it is, but, like, how would you say it? To say, like...
Bubbles
the blind beagle.
Bubbles the blind beagle.
Yeah.
So you won't be interviewing the dog.
No, I'm going to be interviewing...
The dog handler.
The dog handler.
But what, do you remember what they do?
Yeah, so, it's basically this blind beagle who is named Bubbles. Or is it Bubble or Bubble?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. And he has this, like, car that he drives in. And they go around to, like, all these different, like, Lions events and...
Why don't you keep talking? I'm going to pull it up.
And all this, other really cool stuff. Well, since they've been doing it, they've kind of gotten, like, a lot of these connections and stuff. And, she thought that she should start doing a podcast. Well, she actually reached out to us. And she said, I've been really wanting to do a podcast. A lot of people have been saying that I should do one. And she, like, asked if I would interview her. So, like, there's, like, a ton of questions and stuff.
Yeah, so she's posted on her social media. We're sharing the screen. There's Bubbles and this is a custom U of M car.
Corvette.
Yeah. And then here's him in his Lions truck, which is sweet. So they have a couple different things going on. One of them is they do anti-bullying campaigns in schools, and so they go around to different schools across the country now, and they have a nonprofit doing that and a couple other things. So pretty exciting because it's sports related too, which is cool. And she asked Emery to interview her.
And it's a dog, and we love dogs.
Yeah, we love beagles, and we really love blind beagles now. So that's pretty cool. That will be Wednesday at 8:00, Wednesday this week, and we're going to be pushing out more information on that.
Yeah.
Starting really tomorrow. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Emery's going to be going solo, though. Just going to be you.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
But you're not even going to be there?
I'll be here, but you're going to be, it's just going to be you and her.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah, that's going to be fun. And then November 1st, big reminder. I got let me pull this up to screen share again. The Vehicle City Sports Card and Memorabilia Show is coming up. The Dort Financial Center in Flint. That's November 1st. And so we were actually talking to them today. We plan on doing a collab.
Live.
Yep, collab with Minton State Sports Corner, doing a live podcast recording there. Emery's going to be selling cards. It's going to be an awesome, awesome show. So,
Yeah.
And not to mention Jason Hansen. They just announced is going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. He'll be there. Robert Porcher, Joique Bell, Anthony Durrell, and I know they're working on some other people too. So that's exciting.
Yes.
Less than a month away, pretty much. So that is all really that I had, other than quick sponsor shout out to the North Oakland Staffing Agency. Appreciate them and all they do for the podcast. You ready?
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
So we've got a great show for you today. As always, we're going to be talking about the Lions, their big win. Was it? Yeah, it was a big win.
That's big.
The Tigers clinching the playoffs. Just by a hair, I'd say.
Maybe less than a hair, but yeah.
Fantasy football updates. And as you were kind of saying earlier, we do have a special guest. Our friend Mike, he's been on the podcast before.
It's been a little while, yeah.
Yes.
And he's a fellow fantasy football.
Yes, he's actually in our league.
He's in our league. We're in his league, kind of. He invited us.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, is a expert level chess player.
Yes.
Level 1000, I believe.
Yes.
So he has actually taught me almost everything I know.
And he's taught me everything I know.
What else? But he's also a big Detroit Lions fan, Tigers fan,
fan.
and I'm excited to have him on.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be fired up.
Yeah.
So what else you got?
But first, as always, the recent scores and updates. The Tigers lost 4-3, and in that game, Javier Baez had a home run, and they will play the Guardians tomorrow in the AL wildcard.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
You know those games are at 1:00, by the way.
Like during the day?
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'll be at school.
Yep.
The game might be over.
Yep.
And then the Lions won yesterday 34-10, absolutely smoking the Cleveland Browns. And in that game, Jared Goff did not actually do that good.
No?
He went 16 for 27, 168 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
How many interceptions?
It did not tell me that.
I'm pretty sure he threw 1, at least.
I do not know.
But we can look up that later too. But we need to do an update.
Yeah,
one
one
interception.
interception. Okay. And then Jahmyr Gibbs also had a touchdown. And then because there was no Michigan playing, I thought I would throw in a different NFL game.
College game or NFL?
NFL.
Okay.
the Packers and the Cowboys tied 40-40, and I believe it is the highest scoring tie in NFL history.
Really?
Because like usually ties are like low scoring.
Yeah. Well, they went to one. I think they went overtime.
It was overtime.
Real quick, what do you think about a tie in the NFL?
I don't really understand how they exactly work. Because they did this at the end of overtime if they're still tied. And
I think regular season, yeah.
Because I always kind of thought that it would like go into like a double overtime. So that I was kind of confused on that. I think I actually like it. I think they don't happen that often, really.
It's kind of rare,
yeah,
if you think about it, because there's so many different point score combinations.
Yeah, and what's funny is 40-40. They both must have had safeties, because I know the Cowboys had a safety on Jordan Love.
Well, then, yeah.
But I don't know if the Cowboys also had a safety.
Yeah, I don't know. Touchdown.
I don't know if it would say.
Wait, an extra point return? Yeah, I guess he got an extra point return.
So is that a 2-point like conversion?
I don't know.
Or an extra, or like a... Huh? An extra point?
So it was a blocked kick that he caught and returned back. That's pretty wild.
Oh. So it wasn't...
So that doesn't happen very often.
So there wasn't a safety. Because when we looked at the score...
Boom.
Yesterday, I figured it was a safety.
How did he even get that?
It probably...
Here, I'm going to try to do a screen share of this. Let's try screen share. Just a second here. Okay. I don't know. That's good enough. It happens pretty quick. Boom. Block. Somehow it's in this guy's hands. I don't even know how it got in his hands.
Yeah, I think that they were wondering that too. It was blocked by him and it did... Well, it's not going to show on the camera. Okay.
It must have gone literally right into his hands. That's crazy. So anyway, that's wild. You don't see that too often either.
Yeah. But what's funny is that when I was at youth group last night, we were actually talking about this game. Zach, who's also been on the podcast, he asked me, he's like, who do you want to win, Cowboys or Packers? And I said, thought about it for a second. I was like, probably the Cowboys. And he's like, yeah. And then we started thinking about it, and we were like, well, actually, it'd just be better if they tied. And then they ended up... You
guys actually said that?
Yeah. We said it'd be better if they tied, and then they ended up tying.
Wow. Wow. You willed it in.
Yeah. I thought that was crazy when I looked at...
So Mike's dropping some stats here. You want to read that?
Teams with 40-plus points and no turnovers were 300-0 at home in the Super Bowl era, including playoffs. They are now 300-0 and 1.
Yeah. 300 wins, no losses, one tie.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, so I thought I'd throw that one in. And then Oxford beat Lake Orion 41-34. I think that's like Oxford's rival.
Oh yeah, no, it's a huge crosstown rival. For Oxford to beat Lake Orion is big.
Yeah.
So lower Oxford loses. Did you get the Brandon score?
No, I did not. You did not show it.
All right, here you go. What's Oxford's record now? I believe they're 3-2.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, we need to see when their homecoming game is. Let me look here. We'll have to look that up because this is acting goofy. Here we go.
That guy should have picked that off. Why are you trying to one-hand it, my guy?
It might actually be this week. I don't think they've already had their homecoming game.
We're gonna have to miss flag football practice again.
All right, let's look up Brandon's score. Brandon, Michigan football. Here we go.
Moss.
Go ahead.
Brandon beat Lake Fenton 29-28. And they are 3-2.
Nice.
Oh, real quick, really quick. I actually had a flag football game on Sunday,
Yeah.
and we lost again.
I think you won the first game. I don't know, though.
We tied.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because remember, we tied with no practice.
I didn't know if he won or not.
I don't know.
Emery is the quarterback, though, and he did really well
Yeah.
this week. 1 interception. That was it. Also got an interception himself.
Yeah.
Made up for it. In the end zone. Picked them off. That was
At
big.
the half.
Just before the half.
I think if that was it almost was a game.
That was a game changer.
Changing.
Had they scored there, it would have been a bigger lead.
Yeah. But yeah.
Cool. So should we bring our guest in?
We should bring him in. Let's give a drum roll.
Make sure we don't want him sleeping. Might need to wake him up. All right. What do we want?
Drum roll. A drum roll, please.
All right. Drum roll. Hold on a minute. Do you want to use the megaphone?
No. Drum roll. Okay, fine.
We can do a big... You got to do now introducing... You got to give him a big shout out.
How?
With the megaphone. Use your announcer voice.
Now introducing the one, the only, Mike!
There he is.
Hello, guys. Nice. So
How's it
good to be
going?
back. It's going good. It's going good. Just enjoying what is probably my favorite time of year for sports. You got, baseball playoffs, regardless of our opinion on the Tigers. We got that coming up. Hockey's coming back. Football's in full swing. It's a good time. Weather's getting cool. Love it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's awesome. That is awesome. So, what do you want to talk about first?
So I actually have a couple questions for Mike.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Did we run him through the questions the last
We
time?
didn't. Last time you might have, but not this time. So we're going.
Well, because there's the meet the guest.
Did we do the meet the guest one?
Yeah, we did that too.
Okay. So you got
Good.
some new ones?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
There's only 3, but it's all I can think.
Okay.
How long have you been doing fantasy football?
Ooh, how long? Honestly, that's a great question. I would say about 6, 7 years now. Yeah, we were doing it back. I've done a couple live drafts before it really got big over, the internet and stuff. So yeah, I would say that. I'd say seriously, paying attention maybe the last 3, 4 years. It was always nice because I remember, especially before this Lions renaissance, it was always nice when the Lions were 0-16 bad, where it's you just knew they were going to lose every Sunday. It was nice to have kind of some other guys to root for on Sundays. It made it a little better. So that's how long, if that helps.
What is your fantasy football record so far this year?
So in the league that we're in the sleeper league, I actually just surprisingly got my second win. So I'm 2-2 there. I had a big night from Romeo, who I thought Romeo Dobbs, with his 3 touchdown night. So that helped me propel to 2-2 there. And then in the Journey Church League, I'm there. I'm actually 3-0. I have Dobbins and Denver defense tonight, and he has a couple other guys going. So possibly 4-0 in that league. So 2-2, and then hopefully 4-0. We'll see how the night progresses here.
I thought this would be a good question. And any fantasy football advice for our viewers?
Ooh, it's tough. I would say the biggest one is stick it out. Don't just because one guy has a big game one week. I just brought up Romeo Dobbs, right? Like everyone is going to be clamoring for him next week, or for the waivers this week. And while he go off, he's got some good rapport with Jordan Love. You don't want to chase, right? I think that's the biggest thing. Don't chase those weekly performances. Look through your whole body of work. I mean, I know the season's kind of young still, so we don't have a lot of sample size to choose from, but really kind of try to look at the overall situation at that position for his team, and a lot of other things. But don't chase those like 3 touchdown games that will get you in trouble, because the next week he's going to get 2 points. So that's just how it rolls.
Is that kind of like AJ Brown?
Yeah, that's
he hasn't even had a good one yet. Did
last week he did.
Yeah,
We benched him last week, and
he had
went
24
off.
points, I think.
So we're like, okay, maybe he's back in it. So we played him this week, and he literally, I think, gave us like 4 points.
Well, the worst part with him too is that they're winning. When your fantasy player isn't being utilized and the team's still winning,
2
that's
points.
always a little more cause for concern, because if clearly they don't need him to win against a good Bucks team. So, and now he's starting to post stuff on social media about not feeling welcome and his feelings hurt. And he's getting emotional about it. That's one thing I love about like a St. Brown, right? For the Lions, you never see that out of him. And he's got his quirks. He's a little goofy guy, but you'll never see that the drama of just like throw me the ball more. He just wants to win, and that's what I love about him, and really the rest of the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the whole team is like that.
Yeah,
AJ, run through just real quick. Let Mike know what our team is, because we have no business being 0-4.
We are 0, just say the team.
Just run through our
players.
So, our quarterback. We have Drake May, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Kenneth Walker, Devon Achane, Zach Ertz, George Pickens, Jake Elliott, and Denver defense.
And we cannot put together a win. It's just nuts.
Yeah,
unless Devon Achane gives us 30 points, we lost this week.
I don't see that happening so far. But maybe. No, you got some strong receivers there. You think at the beginning of the year, it's the top two, and Achane just kind of in an unfortunate situation in Miami. So, they're just kind of not good. And again, that's what when I was talking about before, like when you're looking on the free agent, waiver wire, you want to look at the whole situation, right? You want to look at who's next up on the team, who is, how's the situation looking? Is there one guy in front of them? Is there two? Is the team winning? Are they ahead a lot? Are they not? So all of those things kind of go into the formula, if you will. And I think that's kind of like Devon Achane is a good example of someone who, should be great. I mean, the dude's got breakaway speed, but it's just on a bad team and a bad offense, and they have to throw the ball out because they're usually losing.
Yeah. And the other thing is,
so we're number 3 in points against in that league, and that's been our issue.
Happens.
We just keep playing against these teams that are
Yep.
going
this week,
nuts.
we've
also made 0 moves.
Well,
this guy's
come on.
They've made 19. So I don't know. I don't even know who to move, though. I mean, we've got a good team.
Well, clearly not.
Stephon Diggs on the bench.
Has he done anything this year?
This weekend
George Pickens went absolutely off.
He did.
So yeah, I'm done talking fantasy. This is both teams are Emery's.
No.
He was like, "No, the sleeper team is mine." I'm like, "No, they're both yours now."
It's crazy, is it?
Look, though, all I gotta say is it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. So if you're the team that
That's
gets out of the
right.
gate 2-2, 2-4, if you just make the playoffs and then you take it week by week. So
Yeah, I'm about
it's
to
a long season.
I'm dropping Jalen Warren.
You can't have an epic comeback if you don't start out behind.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Should we drop, bro?
no, we're not. We don't need to right now. I told you to drop him. He's on IR. He's not hurting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our fantasy update. Super exciting.
Yeah. Very, very, very.
So what do you want to talk? Tigers first or Lions first? Did you see what I said? Well, on the image here. The Lions drowned the Browns.
Drown. Well, he's taking a sip of water too. Look at that.
Drown the Browns. They flushed them. Flushed the Browns. The Lions drown the Browns and the Tigers clinch, but how far will they make it?
I actually came up with that.
That was pretty good.
Not the Lions drown the Browns. I came up with the Tigers part.
So what do you want to get into first?
I say we talk about the Lions first.
Okay.
Then, like, the big thing that everyone's talking about right now, I guess.
What's that?
The Tigers.
Okay.
Because everyone's saying, like, how far will they get?
Yeah.
Not very
That might
far,
be a
but
very
yeah.
short conversation, but yeah. All right, so Lions had big game yesterday. Big game. Is it Mike, let me ask you a question. Are we ready to do this yet?
Jerry Goff. Jerry Goff. Jerry Goff.
I think so. I think so. I mean, it went away. It was everywhere, and then it kind of disappeared. Last year. I will say, he has looked good. I think Baltimore really showed. I mean, obviously, really showed me something. It wasn't a lot where you'd see him go on the road in an outdoor environment, hostile environment, primetime game. Even I remember last year when they went to Houston and he threw, I think it was 5 interceptions. They still ended up winning the game, but he threw. I mean, it just did not look good. It was really
That's when
good
the
to see
chance
him.
stopped, I believe, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it was really good to see him play at a high level. And I think Emery, you dropped some of his stats earlier in the show. Like he didn't exactly set the world on fire yesterday, but he managed to win and really a blowout. I mean, if you think about it, the line was like, I think it was around like 8.5, 9 points or so, that Detroit was favored. And people, all week were like, well, are they gonna be able to cover that? Is that, I don't know, that defense that they ended up winning by what, 24 or something, like, or 20, a lot, more than that. So I think you got to give JG some credit. Clearly, he's seeing things pretty well. Him and St. Brown seem to be on a line right now. One of my biggest regrets in our fantasy league is not drafting St. Brown and going for CD Lamb. That's been fun. But I think their connection's been good. I think JMO's got to kind of get out of his head a little bit. He didn't really have the best game, but you got the backfields looks good, and man, that line is really coming together. So all of that, I think, stems from the quarterback. So I think we should bring the chance back, and I think, I think we got as good a chance as anyone, especially when you look at the North. Green Bay did not look impressive last night. The defense that everyone was so concerned about, they just gave up 40 points to, a team that got blown out by the Bears the previous week, so it's just like, how good are they really? The Vikings, they don't look good playing all their games in Europe. I think that, Detroit's, they're prime in a good spot. I really do.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last week because we gave our predictions. What did you say? What do you think the score was going to be?
I said like 52-14 or something.
Yeah, my thing was I knew the Lions were going to hold them to under 20. They haven't scored more than 17 yet.
Yep.
And I thought the Lions would go over 40 points against them, which they were close. But we talked about the Packers, which the Browns only win so far is against the Packers, and they won by 3 points, 13-10. Terrible game. And our only loss is against the Packers. But my opinion is that first game of the season, you got your new coordinators. You're in Lambeau, but still, I think it was just kind of figuring out the new coordinators and some of the new players. Like you said, the O line, our buddy Christian Mahogany and Tate. What do they call him? The Motor City Mullet or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had what's his name going to center, Glasgow moved to center. So like that's a whole. I mean, a lot of positions look tough in the NFL, and man, center looks to be among the toughest. I mean, to have to, snap the ball and pay attention to what's going on in front of you and know the cadence, that's a lot. And for someone to be switching to that position at the highest level, it's going to take a couple days. And I tend to agree with you. I think Green Bay was maybe a little more of an anomaly than the norm. I think that's kind of been proven out. I think the Monday night game really kind of showed that, and that this team can kind of roll with anyone, anywhere. I think it's a huge +1 to Dan Campbell and the staff for kind of picking the team up and taking responsibility and not pointing the finger and saying we got to be better, we got to get better. I mean, think about it, in an alternative universe. We lose to Green Bay, Ben Johnson comes to town, your ex-girlfriend's back in town, whatever you want to say, and then you lose that game, you're 0-2 headed to ball. Like, that's a whole different, you know what I mean? That could have been disaster. And not only did they handle Chicago, they blew them out too. And so I think that's maybe another encouraging thing about this team is that they're winning those. I guess they won the one like kind of tricky game, you would say, with Baltimore, but they're beating the teams that they should beat by a lot. They're not just kind of skimming by those. You know what I mean? You're like, what happened? Green Bay, they're apparently this powerhouse. They lost to Cleveland. They tied. Literally, you can't get any closer than a tie. And then, obviously against us. But I think when you look at the overall picture, the overall product that's in the field, I think the Lions look the best right now from all three facets. I mean, Khalif Raymond, special teams yesterday, like that was another touchdown on there, and it just was a full kind of effort. And you've seen that the last couple of games, and it's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And they are also the kings of the NFC North again.
That's right.
That's right.
That is right. And like you guys were just saying, like the Packers, Vikings, Bears. I mean, I'm not worried about any of them.
The only team in the NFC that I think puts a candle up to us is the Eagles. And honestly, the Eagles haven't even really impressed me all that much. A lot like their win yesterday, they were up by quite a bit, if I remember correctly, in the first half, and they almost choked that game away. Baker almost came back and stole it from them. They intimidate me kind of like the Chiefs used to, where it's like no matter what kind of game they play, they always seem to win, which is like that's that is intimidating and whatever. But I don't know. I think if we put our best game out there, that we can take anyone on. And if I'm correct, I think we play the Eagles this year, so we should be able to. Yeah, we will be able to see that matchup. I think that's another road one too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we also play the Chiefs.
Yep.
We play the Bucks at home. Yeah, we play the Eagles. Is that Monday night or it's a Sunday night?
I don't know because they play. That's got to be Sunday, November 16th. That's a Sunday night game against the Eagles. And then they play Thanksgiving Day.
Wait, that's the 20th. No, the 20th. Or...
One of these is Thanksgiving. I don't know. Packers, I guess, is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So then with the Cowboys, that'd just be Sunday.
Yeah, probably Sunday night. But yeah, I think, where were you at this point in your initial prediction?
What have I gotten wrong?
Right. You had them beating Green Bay.
No, I didn't. I had them losing.
You had them losing that game?
Yeah, I had them losing in Green Bay. And then I had them beating them at home later in the season.
Okay, what about Bears?
I had them winning.
Ravens?
I had them losing.
Browns winning.
Yeah.
I think if you look at kind of the first 4 games, I think everyone was saying if we can go 2-2, that's with thinking obviously Green Bay and Baltimore being those 2 losses. If we can get through the first 4 that way, all's well. And the fact that we got through 3-1, I think there's just good reason to be happy, and came out of it top of the North. So
We're in
yeah.
great shape. I think
Like
I
I said,
mentioned to you, like if they would have lost against the Bears, they could have started the season 0-3.
No, easily.
Very easily. And
Easily.
instead we came out on the other side of it. And now you go to Cincinnati against a
Joe
beat
Burrow list.
up Bengals team.
And they're
tell me-
playing
tell
they're
me
playing
about
tonight too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing right now, so they're going to be on a day short rest compared to the Lions.
Yeah, I think that's should be an easy win. And then they go to Kansas City, which
So they got at Cincy, at Kansas City, back to back. Hey man, those schedule makers did not do them any favors this year with that road schedule.
no, and can they beat the Chiefs?
Yeah. Chiefs are terrible.
They haven't been looking that good.
They haven't, but I will say they're getting Rice back. I don't know if he's going to be back by the time we play them, but he's coming back. And there was 6 week suspension. Worthy's back. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Kelsey looks like he still, can
I mean,
pick up
he's
space.
washed, but yeah, he's pretty good.
But he's still, he's making plays here and there. He'll bail Mahomes out, and Mahomes is still doing his thing. They have had a lot of trouble running the ball this year, so I think that's one area where we can, if they have trouble running it, then you can start kind of pinning the ears back, and it seems like Aiden and the team is starting to get a little more comfortable with getting in there, and getting a little more pressure, which is good to see. So I do think we have the advantage against Kansas City, but I would be very hesitant, especially on the road. That place, I don't care if they're 0-4, that place is not easy to play at, over there at Arrowhead. Yeah. So no way can we count that as a win. I think, I even think the Cincy game, I think it's a little trappy. I think it's, you look at it, no Joe Burrow, the Cincinnati O-line is a mess. We should have another 5, 6, 7 sack game. But you got to be careful that you don't just have those eyes on the Kansas City game. I think you really want to make sure that, and again, we go back to this coaching staff and this team. They're not built to look ahead the games. They're built to focus on what's right in front of them at this time. So I'm not worried about it, but I think it's just something to keep in mind. Like, any given Sunday, I think that's the beauty of the league, is that you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. A couple comments real quick. So, we got Mel Stevens from Tallahassee tuning in, Sherman. We've got Mitchell Peter, and we have a relative of Mike's here, Alex. Do you know Alex?
I
Muscat?
don't. I do not.
Is he
Okay.
actually not related to you?
I don't know.
He's got literally the same last name as you. Can you see the chat
Maybe.
or no?
No, I can't.
I'll throw it up here. It's on the screen.
No, don't know who that is. But hey, Alex.
But you guys, you're not related?
No,
That's
I
wild.
mean, maybe. Not that I know.
Wow, that's wild. Well, maybe you just met somebody.
I was gonna say maybe you just made a connection. Look at that.
That's funny. So yeah, Lions, I'm happy. I think back to the question about Jared Goff. I think last year people got excited about him with the chance, and they didn't. I mean, he had a very bad game, and everybody just kind of like jumped off the bandwagon. It was like kind of unfair a little bit to him.
He's just like, and I think this is why we love him now, but he's just not like flashy, right? Like, he's kind of your pocket, like, lunch pail kind of quarterback, where it's just like he gets the job done. He's a great kind of field general, as they call it, great leader. But like, isn't like that guy who, like, he's not a Lamar Jackson, right? Like, he's not gonna do the whoop-de-whoop plays or the Patrick Mahomes, like, behind the back stuff. So, it's not the glamorous, maybe quarterback. So maybe people kind of I think a lot about Hendon Hooker, right? Like, and how everyone was so crazy about him being the next big thing. And I think that's kind of people, they see Goff and they're like, I mean, he's good, but like, imagine what's out there. But I think that's slowly fading away. I think the more he kind of takes his team under his wing and really starts to win some games, the chance to come back, and I think he'll be in good graces for a while. But hey, he didn't perform. When you think about last year in that Washington game, especially when he needed it the most, he wasn't there, and so you got to earn it.
Yeah. I think like what you said, like he's not like that flashy like
Right.
Lamar or Joe Burrow or anyone like that. But he like it's almost because he's not flashy that he almost plays better in a way. Like if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I mean Burrow's out for the season. So.
Well, would you rather have flashy and inconsistent or not
when you
flashy
think of,
and consistent?
exactly, and I would rather have not. And you think about the Lions game against Baltimore, and you talk about Lamar. There were a couple plays there where, like, because he's Lamar and like can just make these crazy, acrobatic, insane plays, he'll maybe won't throw the ball away when he should. Like he's going to see something like, "Hey, I'm Lamar. Like I can spin move out of this. I'm going to do this, get out of it and do some crazy magic." Well, then all of a sudden he doesn't and gets sacked. Whereas like maybe a Jared Goff type quarterback in that situation would be able to say, "Hey, nothing's there. I'm going to throw it away. We're going to live to play another down." So I think that's kind of Emery. I think maybe a little bit of your point of like you don't worry that he's going to make the wrong decision, at least
Yeah.
a lot, a lot of the times. Where Lamar, I mean, like I said, he got sacked 7 times, and a handful of those times just because he was trying to make something happen that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Are you there, Mike?
Yep, I'm here.
We glitched out there for a minute. Don't know what happened. I was trying to pull up a stat here that just a second. It was about, let me find it here. Just a second. Here we go. The only times Lions have produced at least no, this was from last week. Hold on. It was about we've given up like the least amount of sacks or something like that. I don't even know how many. It's like, let me find it. Thought I had it here. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. I usually try to save these posts. But anyway, if you look up the stats, let's try to find it this way. Team stats. Sacks allowed 0. And if you go back, so against the Browns, 0 sacks.
I don't think that Burrow's been sacked.
Against the Ravens, 0 sacks.
He definitely didn't get sacked.
Against the Bears, 0 sacks. Against the Packers. Okay, 4 sacks.
Okay.
But that was a different game.
Yep.
The last 3 games, they've given up 0 sacks. I mean, it's
really good.
That's awesome.
That is also
especially
Micah Parsons.
Right.
Well,
and he was hot coming into that game, remember?
Cleveland has one of the best D lines in football with Myles Garrett and our boy Mason Graham from Michigan. And so to not allow a sack against that front, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did really well. I wish I would have had that little thing I found earlier. But anyway, point has been made. They've been doing great. That O-line has done incredible, honestly.
Yeah.
I think they've done a great job rebuilding it.
Yeah, especially when you had a retirement just a couple years, like a month or two before the season started. Who was the guy?
Frank Ragnow.
Yeah, Ragnow just retires, which that kind of all of a sudden now you're you're in shambles, and they answer great. Another thing too, about the Lions, I saw this comment, and I thought this was a pretty good point. And about the coordinators, and you think about when you get good coordinators. I mean, we had this happen here, is they usually get poached, especially get a couple good winning seasons. Now, I think Kelvin Shepherd, I'm just thinking years on the road, right? I think Kelvin Shepherd, I could see that he's a younger guy, getting his opportunity if it so happens. But the thing I like about John Morton is he doesn't really seem like a guy who's like eager to head coach, right? Like he kind of seems like someone who kind of likes what he's doing. So I think too, like the Lions and the thing about coaching staff moving forward, like offensively, are really set up in a good place, I think, with John Morton, where maybe a lot of people weren't super stoked about the hire, like when it happened, you lose the young Ben Johnson and you're like, what's going to happen? And all of a sudden this John Morton guy comes in, he's a little older. You're like, all right, what are we doing here? We're going back to the old school, but that hasn't been the case. And I think it's really cool to think that, this could be longevity. I mean, you think about like Steve Spagnuolo over at Kansas City, right? And their defense, he's been there forever. He's not going anywhere. So that's kind of what you want. I thought that was a pretty interesting point. You think about future proofing this team and the window that we have, it's just something to think about. But yeah, I like where they're headed, and I think it's all good. I think there was a couple injuries in that game that were a little concerning. Hutch losing his got the air knocked out of him. I think everyone else did in Detroit as well when that happened. And then DJ Reed, I know he had kind of a nastier injury. It looks like he might be headed to IL, so to get banged up a little bit. But we got a lot of guys, a pretty deep team, especially on that defensive back spot. So your boy will get some more reps back there. Amik, yep. So
yep. Yeah, and then Terrion Arnold also went down, but they said both of those injuries aren't severe. They actually said that he might play this Sunday. So
I don't think Reed will. That
No.
one seems a little more, but
Right.
Terrion might.
Yeah. So let's talk next week. What are your guys' predictions? We kind of already mentioned it a little bit, but
My prediction is we're gonna go there. No, I wish. Yeah, this is a win, easy.
all right. What's your score prediction?
Score prediction. Well, seeming how they smoked the Bears, let's say 40 something to 20.
40 something to 20.
21.
Okay. You think they're going to give up 20 points? I mean, that's fine if you do.
20 or no.
The
Let's say 40 something to 17.
Last week the Vikings beat them 48-10.
Okay, so we're gonna win 52 to 10.
That's good. I don't think they're going to get over 20 points against us, but
I would agree with that. I think if you're talking scoreboard, I think maybe like a 32 to maybe a 13. I would say let's do that. I'm gonna go. So I go 42-13. I like that. It seems like a
42,
lot.
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 42 because I do think that their defense is kind of shaky. I think on the road we start running it. We run it pretty well. I don't think their offense is going to be good. They do got Chase, and you got to respect that. But they got to get him the ball somehow. And Browning clearly isn't all that great at that. I think I'm actually going to make a bold prediction. I'm calling a defensive touchdown this week coming up here. So
Pick
you heard it here
six.
first. Pick
Nice.
six, stupid score or something. I'm feeling a
Brian
defensive
Branch, who are you going with?
touchdown.
Kirby Joseph?
Maybe go player too, huh? I thought it was bold enough. I was
Come
calling
on, you-
defensive touchdown, and now you're maybe go player.
Who are you thinking? Come on.
You know what? Let's go with Amik.
All right. Well, me.
There we go.
I like it.
There
like
we
it.
go.
No, I think I like that. I think Lions are gonna put up a lot of points this week, and I think they'll hold the Bengals to short of 2 touchdowns. That seems fair.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
And the Bengals again, they're playing tonight, so you kind of got a shorter week if you think that way. So yeah,
Are they on the road tonight or are they home?
they're on the road too, and they're in Denver.
So they're out in Denver, so they got to come all the way back from Denver.
Yeah, you know. So,
Yeah, we'll see. I think we're in a good spot.
for sure. All right, let's talk Tigers.
Oh boy.
Tigers.
That one is long gone.
For the other team.
Off of best.
Yeah, Will Vest. What do you got on the Tigers?
Well, they're not top of the division. They're in the wild. They are 87 and 75.
Which,
Still a pretty.
I hate to say it because I think it's too cliche. It's like, well, at the beginning of the year, if somebody would have told me that they were going to be 87 and 75.
No, I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, it's. No.
But here's.
They've gone. I pulled the stat the other day. Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
So you said they had 87 wins.
Yeah.
So on September 1st they had 80. So they had 7 wins all of September. On September 1st they were 80 and 59. Second place in the Central was Kansas City at 70 and 67, 9 games behind. And third on September 1st, third in the AL Central were the Cleveland Guardians at 68 and 68, 10 and a half games behind your Detroit Tigers on September 1st, 2025.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason they didn't get to 90 wins. Other than
The
fact that they
Mariners got to 90 wins.
So I pulled this the other day, and it maybe has changed slightly, but they lost 35 games since July 15th. So it was after the All-Star break. They've gone 27 and 35.
Not good.
No.
Not
and
good.
again, like you said, how many of those losses were in September? I mean, absolutely pitiful September. So you said they got in by a hair. Honestly, they got in by somebody else's hair, is what I was thinking. Only because the Astros kind of fell out of the sky too, but not really fell out of the sky, but just
The Mariners.
What are your guys' opinions on the champagne in the locker room for the Tigers?
What are they celebrating? Like
Playoff berth.
Yeah.
I made a post on Facebook about it because I think
boy.
it's stupid. All I said was like, "What are you guys celebrating? You got 7 wins in the month of September." I think it's kind of overdone anyway. I remember the Wings, doing that back in the day. Sometimes like they'd barely make the playoffs and they're celebrating, and I get like, and here honestly, I don't even really count it because like wild card round, like they shouldn't even been in the wild card.
They should have had a bye. Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, and then you're going against Cleveland. And Cleveland has been, they did not start
Even
the year off
on.
well. But now they got hot, and it's a rematch of last year. It's the same thing.
So I was listening to 97.1, the ticket, the local sports radio station here. Doesn't do nearly as much numbers as the Sports Kid podcast.
No,
it's a
it's
small
nothing.
little outlet.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I was listening to a Michael Valenti this afternoon, and
he's kind of like an Emery in a way.
Yeah, in a way. He was adamant that Tigers are going to win it too. He said that first of all, it's hard for a team to win a back-to-back-to-back series, as Cleveland would have to. Just in terms of probability, it just doesn't happen. He also said, and this is kind of where I really wanted to get your guys' opinion, that now they'll be playing a little more relaxed, now that the choke, if you will, is over and we kind of hit reset here. How do you feel about that? He's predicting 2-0, no problem. He said Scooble's not going to lose, another start in a row. And obviously he's going tomorrow, bright and early after we have our cornflakes for breakfast and there's first pitch. Yeah, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think that, everything's kind of reset now and we're like, all right, you know what, the division chase, that was awful, but like that's gone. Let's just focus on what's in front of us. Or do you think that lingers and we're gone in 2?
Well, I think part of that, I guess, I think that they should forget choking terribly.
Historically. Yeah.
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 And they should feel that they need to win these games.
Because it
Well,
doesn't matter
it is a mental
at this
thing.
point.
It's
Yeah.
100% a mental thing. So I hadn't thought about it from that perspective of a reset. Now I've seen people say, okay, but everybody's back at 0, right? But yeah, so maybe they do get a little relief and sleep well and come back in it with a fresh, clear mind.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, this is where they were at last year too, and this is where they played their best when they were the more of the hunter role, right? The don't count us out, the gritty tigs, the whole thing. So I mean, maybe this is where they play a little better, and now you want to get my opinion. Of course, I'm disgusted. I think that they should hold Central. Like I wanted to have a 2025 Central AL Central champions, whatever. 100% should have happened. It's inexcusable that it didn't happen after what I just read to you in terms of what the standings were on September 1st. But I do think that there is some truth to that, and that this team now being they are kind of young, right? They don't really have a whole lot of veteran presence. Yeah, they had the run last year, and but like that was just kind of one side of the coin, right? It was just all good vibes, and all of a sudden the 0.2% chance they made it, and it's just like you're kind of just happy to be there. I don't know. I think something about the way that this just totally blew up in their face. It might kind of motivate them a little bit to be like, look, we were pressing hard. We wanted to win that Central so bad, whatever. We didn't do it. They know that they're not winning. They know that they only won 7 games in September. You don't have to tell them that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I do think that there is something to that. Like, all right, fresh slate. Now we're back on the road. Got to win a couple, against that they know very, very well. I mean, there's no doubting that and Cleveland knows them well too. But I don't know. I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I hope that they win, obviously. But like do they deserve to win? Like no. I don't really think so.
I mean, I don't really care about deserve. It's not like on the trophy it has like who deserved to win and who didn't. Did the '04 Pistons deserve to win? I mean, I don't know, maybe not. Did the '08? Yeah, I don't really care about deserve. They got here, and I think that's the main thing. And it's just like baseball is just so weird. I don't have to tell you guys, you're baseball fans, but like it's so weird what happens, and like October, like it's just you catch fire at the right time. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that yeah, I'm feeling oddly confident, which I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive Detroit sports fan. Maybe, probably. But
Here's the issue again is pitching, right?
100%.
So now we didn't watch the last couple games, but I know that Hinch kind of mixed things up yesterday, but they lost still. They lost against the Red Sox, which the Red Sox didn't really even need to try, right? And so that was a lot of it. Well, they could win. They could do well against the Red Sox because they're already in and blah, blah, blah. And it's okay. They got one game. And they won 2-1 in that game. So I just, I mean, I'm optimistic. Maybe this reset will help. But the talent still isn't there when it comes to pitching. So, like we've been saying since the beginning of the year, they're a playoff team.
Yeah,
but they're an early round exit.
Yeah.
I think, you're right. And I'm not going to argue that. I think obviously Scooble's going to be Scooble. I know he's going to struggle lately, but he's still one of the best pitchers in the game. You have Casey Mize, who has really come out of, I don't want to say nowhere. He was the first overall pick, but has really come onto the scene here as of late and has pitched like the pitcher that we thought Casey Mize could be. Mm-hmm. And then if you get the good Jack Flaherty, which is like Jekyll and Hyde, you never know. But if you get the good Jack Flaherty, I think you're going to be pretty good. And honestly, that bullpen, it's scary. I'm not going to say it's not, but I think those guys feed on like high pressure situations, like Vest when he I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a couple games this past week where it wasn't the case. So maybe not. Where I worry is their hitting. I think this was the perfect time for Riley Green to kind of come on the scene and really show himself to be the team leader. And all he can do is strike out. Torkelson has really come on as of late, and he's been a really bright spot for the team, and kind of that guy that you just hope is up in the big situations. But like Wenceslas Perez can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. Dingler's kind of really fallen off.
So one thing, this is my opinion on Perez, and this is me being a little league coach.
Oh boy, expert
here.
He doesn't
But
always.
this is something I was
know.
telling my kids this year, especially one kid. Perez, when he gets in the box and he's waiting for the pitch, he's wiggling his bat the whole time. And you see, and I mean, again, I'm comparing to Little League, but these guys are throwing 90-mile-an-hour pitches and things like that. Your timing has to be so perfect. And when you're wiggling that bat around, how do you, it's dang near impossible to stop it and to get locked and to hit that ball. I mean, and that's, I called it to Emery the other day. I'm like, look at him wiggle his bat. He can't connect. And so what's he doing? He's popping him up every single time.
And he was like, look at Shohei Ohtani. And he's like, yes, he's an AI, but look at Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani's a bot, but he locks. He does not move. When he gets set, he's locked. And you look at the guys that can hit, they're locked in. And Perez is just up there, like, just wiggling around. If I was his coach, I'd tell him to hold that bat still. If you look at, they showed Carpenter, he's got the same pitching coach as Aaron Judge. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, I mean, they lock in. They're the same exact. It's the movement's the same every time. And you can't time it if your bat's wiggling around, your arms are moving. So, anyway.
No, you're 100%. And maybe you need to tag him on Twitter with a little message there. It's a little free advice.
I don't
maybe
know if they're
into the
listening.
show. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I don't know if they're listening to this podcast tonight, but you know, Emery did get to meet Perez. He's got his autograph.
It's an off night. I'm sure they're looking for something to do.
Right. So
Yeah.
I just, again, hopefully they fix those types of things. Like, those are easy things to me that, again, not making it sound easy, but those are baseball 101 type of things. I would think.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see. And back to your thing about Flaherty, I was just looking up his stats because off the top of my head, I was saying he wins every other game, and which is accurate because he's got an 8-15 record. So, that's actually not even every other game. That's worse than that. But
win loss, I don't know, for pitchers is kind of, I don't really pay attention to it because it is so much more. I look at more like ERA, WHIP, stuff like that is much more. But yeah, he's I swear sometimes I'll be watching a game and he's pitching into the sixth and there's one run, you're like, man, he came to play. And the other times I check my phone, Flaherty's playing and they got 5 runs in the second. You're just like, okay, and it's this day, and that's the problem with the Tigers is that if they get down against one of these playoff teams, 5-6 runs, especially early in a game, I don't really see him coming back because, to your point, that bullpen's kind of weak and I don't know. It's a big road to overcome, and I do think that they will beat the Guardians and advance to the ALDS, but I don't see him beating a Yankees or a Red Sox or Seattle, honestly.
well, who do they play against?
Blue Jays.
That's
or-
the Mariners.
Blue Jays.
So I mean, like,
So
can they beat the Mariners?
They couldn't back in a couple months ago. They got swept by
Oh,
them.
so the Yankees play the Red Sox.
Red Sox. Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers play the Reds. Yep, Dodgers are in the next round. I'm
gonna do a screen share.
that's just my personal thought on it. I mean, I am a Dodgers fan. So
Yeah, if they can beat Cleveland, that's about it. I mean, I'd be happy to see them, get into the. Do they call that the second round? Like, it's been a little
technically like
confusing.
the first round.
Are they calling the wild card round the first round?
I think it's called wild card round.
Yeah, and then
it's the wild card round and the ALDS,
ALDS.
the ALCS,
Yeah.
and the World Series. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, the ALDS. I mean, I'd be happy for them to make it there and be
I will
at least try to
say-
be competitive, but
Yeah, what is cool too, just being a baseball fan, is like I do love like the like tomorrow. Like, yeah, it sucks that the Tigers got the first game slot, but you got playoff baseball all day long, which is really cool because playoff baseball is pretty intense, especially in these wild card rounds where every game is huge, every inning is huge. It's really cool, like tomorrow, to have 4 games back to back to back to back, where you can kind of
Yeah.
tune in. Now, would it be cooler if the Tigers had a primetime game? Sure, but they're going to give that to Yankees and Red Sox every time. So,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
No, and it's like you said, it's exciting. Best of 3.
Yeah.
Every game truly does matter.
Oh, big time. I mean, we could be sitting here 24 hours from now being like, one more win and we're in it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's, yeah.
I know.
Okay, what do you guys think? Do you think they're going to take it tomorrow?
Well,
Screwball?
back to your first question, I think it was way premature on the celebrations in the locker room. I don't think they should have done that. I think they should have just said, "Okay, guys, good job, we made
Golf
it.
clap. Yeah.
Let's keep the champagne until if we win this series, we will go hog wild." Right?
And I don't get why baseball does that. Like, it's like, let's pop it when we win it. You know what I mean? Like, why are we like? I don't. It just seems excessive. But especially when they got to play the next day. Like, you got guys in there drinking champagne, partying with goggles on. It's like, tomorrow we're gonna try to win the division. I don't like it.
It's hard for me to make a prediction. To me, honestly, there's too many unknowns. The trajectory they're heading and all that, I think they're gonna. I would say they're gonna lose 2-0. But
I mean,
it's hard.
Fair.
yeah.
But you got Scooble, arguably one of the best pitchers in baseball. Like you said, Casey Mize has done really well lately. So you never know. I think it's going to be fun. Should be exciting. I'm not going to be disappointed if they lose because I'm already disappointed. So
I think we just move on to the powder blues on Sundays, right?
hey, and we haven't talked Red Wings. Red Wings hockey's coming back.
Yep, it's coming up. Yep.
So what do you think?
Although, yeah.
You think they're going to win or lose or
I
any bold
I'll be-
hot takes?
I'll be optimistic. They'll win the wild card, but they're getting swept by the Mariners.
Okay.
Sounds optimistic.
I think Scooble will play tomorrow. Well, obviously he's going to play tomorrow. And we'll win that game. Unless he hits another batter right in the nose, but
Tries to
we'll
play
win-
long snapper. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
what he's
that-
doing.
and and then Mize the next day. So I think that we might be able to maybe win that series, but we're getting swept by the Mariners.
Well, the good thing is, if you do win, so tomorrow, Wednesday, I don't think the ALDS starts until Saturday. So you'll get a couple days of rest for those guys. So that's the thing too, like with starting rotations in the playoffs, you obviously don't need 5. A lot of teams can kind of get by with 3, depending on where the games fall. So if you have your kind of 3 that you can count on, which again, Scooble, Mize, and Flaherty, I guess, like that's possible, could be okay. Because then typically by that time you can throw School back in again. So we'll see. I think it just can't be lost though, and it doesn't matter now because we're moving on. But I just think it can't be lost that they could have set themselves up so nice, right? Like, you could have had a bye in the first round. You could have set up School to go game 1, to go game 4, go game 7. You know what I mean? Like, you could have had it all home games, everything like that. But you didn't. But you know what? The Lions last year made it so the road to the Super Bowl was going to be cake going through Ford Field, and that didn't work out too well. So, you just got to play the games.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Again, I think I was just looking at their roster here again, and just reminded of the shortcomings with pitching. Because, I mean, Will Vest. Who else do you got? You don't have a stud closer. When you watch Boston, when you watch Cleveland, and they got these guys that are like 8 feet tall giants that come out there. And
Cleveland used to
well, who was the dude from Boston? Wasn't it?
Aroldis Chapman. He threw every pitch over 100 miles an hour.
Did you watch that game?
Oh yeah, he plays on Red Sox now. Yeah. Okay,
yeah. I mean, when I watched that guy come out to the mound and pitch the way he pitched, I'm like, we're done. Like we don't have that guy.
We had the guy before too in the 8th inning that came in and was like lights out too. So they had two guys that kind of
Yeah.
like closed like once you get to the 8th. I mean,
Like
yeah.
when like that's when you got a stud team, and when you got stud closers that come out and it's done.
Yep.
Right, and I think again
Don't have that.
the best thing still about this team is they are young. I think this is a playoff team for multiple years to come. Like
And
they're only going to
yeah,
get better. You would hope, right?
and because Scott Harris didn't get rid of any of the farm talent at the trade deadline because we got nobody, we still got some guys in the pipeline too. So
Well,
yeah, I
Jackson
think
Job, the kid, Reese Olson comes back. They
that's
were
true.
good.
So would you guys, and I guess this could go across any sport, would you guys rather be like above average good for a long time or like win it all and then kind of go in the dumps, but like know that you won it all, right? Would you rather reach that peak but have it be kind of a flash in the pan? Or would you rather have that longevity, the Baltimore Ravens, right, where you're good every year, but you just can't win the big one?
Oh wow.
From business perspective, or
Well, from a fan perspective.
from a fan perspective, I think
Yeah.
still, well, again, a lot of we're short sighted a lot of times, right?
Yeah, I'd say. Let's see. I'd say Lions, like for the Lions specifically, maybe average. Not like, but like, like how they've been like the past couple years, like that. Like they at least make it to like the second or third, or like either the divisional round or the championship each year in the playoffs.
I never win it.
Yeah. And then for the Tigers,
Well, because you always have the hope, right?
yeah. For the Tigers, win it
sad, man.
once. For the Tigers, just win it once.
It's hard to be in baseball kind of one and done, though. In football, I think you kind of can be, but I don't know. Maybe not. Because it's rare to see dynasties. I say that even though we've had these huge dynasties last few years. But
Football
historically,
too, you have kind of the most impact from the draft, right? Like you can literally draft a team and change your team's entire outlook at the NFL. Where baseball, you're drafting kids in high school that you're not going to see playing on your major league team for 5 years. So it's definitely more of a quicker impact, kind of just through the system too.
Yeah.
but I think long term, yeah, I'd rather have a team that's good and makes playoffs every year
Okay.
with the hope of winning than just, okay, we're going all in. Again, we're not in the front office. It's easier for us to armchair quarterback the decisions,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Everybody's like, I can't believe he didn't do this and do that. It's like, well, yeah, like he obviously didn't make moves to go all in, but there's probably things that they know that we don't.
Sure. And in the Tigers case, like I know at the beginning of the season, they threw the bag at Bregman, like they wanted him real bad, and they didn't hold any punches on that. And so you got to give them props. Like it's not that they're just like holding on to their pearls, not wanting to throw it out there. But I don't know. You just look at that trade deadline, and you're like, could have had a Verlander, right? Could have had someone here that just like better than what we got.
They should have went after Verlander because he has been lights out lately.
And coming back here, like how cool that would have been,
And if they would have, that potentially could have propelled them to be number one competitive and potentially win the whole thing. I mean, that would be like the closing of the book.
I mean, I think that we still should have gotten Eugenio Suarez. I mean,
look where you went and look what they did. Seattle.
What did the Diamondbacks get? 2 prospects who knows?
And you never know with prospects. That's why I think a lot of people around Scott Harris too, like, dude, like, why are you holding on to these people? Like, yeah, they could be great, but they could all, like, I think only 50% of prospects actually ever pan out. So,
I think that they should have just traded some away, got Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Well, we will start finding out tomorrow what team we got, if it's the same. I mean, we almost are getting to the same old Tigers mentality. This
SOT.
No more SOL. The Lions, that is dead. That died, I believe, 2 years ago at least. This is definitely a new Lions team. So much higher expectations, but I think they're level expectations. I don't think they're too out of reach. The Tigers, this is, I don't want to say same old Tigers. Making the wild card is still sweet.
And I think that needs to be like, hey, we made the playoffs. That's great. That's an awesome thing, and we get to watch some October baseball. Well, maybe, yeah, we at least get to watch one baseball game in October at the very least.
Yes.
So yeah,
and we'll see. See what happens. Maybe they can play into a little bit deeper and give us a little bit more hope. And as long as we have low expectations, that's what makes it exciting.
That, like I said, I think the Lions help cushion the blow a little bit though with how good they've been playing. I think it helps make it a little easier to swallow.
Yeah, I would rather have a Tigers first round exit multiple years in a row than the Wings not make playoffs for how many years now?
Too long.
Yeah, where they had
Since
their
before LCA opened up.
They had their 20, wasn't it 20 plus years in a row they made playoffs, and
25.
Yeah. So, which was fun. That was a great ride.
First 25 years of my life. I didn't know what a playoffless Red Wings season even looked like. Now I forget what they live. Yeah. Their plan needs to get moving.
Right. So, all right. And Emery, anything else? We're a little over.
They have not made the playoffs in 9 years.
Yeah, so I thought it was getting close to 10. So, yeah. Anything else?
But this is their 100th year, I think, or something like that. So maybe some magic in that. We'll see.
Yeah.
What?
You got anything else for us?
I don't think so.
Anything else for Mike?
That I can think.
All right. Well, quick reminder, special episode coming up Wednesday with Bubbles the Blind Beagle.
Yes.
We got.
And I heard Emery. It's gonna be just you.
Yeah, I didn't know about all that. But...
Hey, gotta work on the fly. It's part of the gig.
Yeah, the host.
Gotta go where the action's at.
And then Vehicle City Spectacular coming up. So we got some fun stuff coming up. Yeah. We're going to try to have some more guests and get Mike on here reoccurring and try to get Zach, try to get some other people.
Brett and Brett.
So. All right, Emery, you can tell we might have to start doing this a little earlier. He's getting tired. 9 o'clock comes and his eyes start getting heavy. But all right, you want to tell Mike thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me. And your Devon Aitken got a touchdown, so we were able to will it to existence there for you.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see if you want to hang out just for a minute on the other side, and we will be there in just a moment.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks. See ya. Bye. All right. Well, that was a good episode, good conversation. Mike is very knowledgeable when it comes to his stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you ready? Ready to close her down?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a blessed week. Let's go.
For tuning in to the What Happened Sports Kid podcast. Have a blessed week. See y'all.